Hello, and welcome to Mom and Pop's Pizzeria, a software presentation. Created by Joseph Thompson, Will Jones, Matteo Staciarine, Andrew Silva, Brandon Tighe, and myself, Branan Smith. In this presentation, you can expect to learn the process in designing our software, what our software does, how to use it, what it will look like when you're using it, as well as additional information such as how to reach us, troubleshooting tips, and more. Our design process is what's known as the multiple release incremental model. This means that it follows a straight arrow approach in gathering the requirements for the project, designing the project based on those requirements, implementing them, testing them for bugs, errors, and other problems that may occur, packaging everything into a compact, accessible file, and releasing the first model of the software. This process can repeat once or many times until the software is where it needs to be for you, the user. The process itself involves upholding the strict security standards. This is to protect customer data as well as preventing suspicious threats such as hackers or malware attacks on the software or even the system in which you are running the software on. Our process ensures that the software you receive from us is quality, well-tested, easy to use, and simple to install. If you would like to know any additional details about the technicality of our design process, please feel free to email our general support team at momandpopsgeneralsupport@gmail.com. As a restaurant owner, it can be very frustrating dealing with technology that is complex and hard to understand, as well as dealing with the inevitable problems that arise throughout its lifespan. Our software is simple to use and makes taking orders and payments for those orders effortless. You can expect to hear statements from your customers, such as, "Wow, that was really easy, and that didn't take long at all." Continuing on, we have a designated support team that can answer any questions you might have regarding updates, troubleshooting, and general questions. We also have an installation team which can help you figure out how to use your system to effectively run our software as well as help you install our software. And as mentioned before, the customer's data is protected. Moving forward, the screen you see on the very left is our login screen. This is where you can log into either an existing account, a guest account, or an administrative account. If you choose to log into an existing account or guest account, your screen will look like the one presented in the middle of the slide. As you can see, the existing account and guest screen are presented with the pizza button, the sides button, the drinks button, the account button, which is the person icon in the top right, as well as the shopping cart button, which is the shopping cart icon on the top left. And if you log in as an administrator, your screen will look like the one on the far right, which presents all of the options that is available for the user, as well as the ability to edit users and edit previous customers. A quick note, if you do not have an existing account, you may create one by going through to guest login. This will be explained in further detail later on. Additionally, you will receive the administrator username and password from us when your software is installed. Diving a little bit deeper, here's what the user sees when they use the designated buttons. The first screen is the pizza selection screen on the far left side. The top drop-down menu allows the customer to choose the type of crust for the pizza, the options being thin, regular, and pan style. The second drop-down menu contains the pizza sides, which are small, medium, large, and extra large. The third drop-down menu has the quantity of toppings on the pizza. Users can choose none, light, regular, or extra. The final choice option on the pizza selection screen is which toppings to be included on the pizza. As you can see, there is cheese, pepperoni, sausage, ham, green pepper, onion, and then tomato, mushroom, and pineapple are not currently shown. When the user is satisfied with their choices, they may select Add to Cart, which holds the pizza until the customer is ready to check out. The second menu is the side selection screen, which is in the middle of the slide. Here, the customer may choose a number of breadsticks, breadstick bites, and cookies they would like to add to their order, and after they have done so, they may add everything to the cart. The final selection screen on the far right is the drink selection screen. The top drop-down menu includes the options Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Orange, Diet Orange, Root Beer, Diet Root Beer, Sierra Mist, and Lemonade. And the bottom drop-down menu includes the drink sizes. These include small, medium, and large, respectively. And once the customer has selected a drink and size for their order, they may add it to the cart. Continuing on, whether you are logged in as a guest or a user, the screen you are met with on the far left here is the user account screen. Here you can enter in your information so that you can be remembered for future orders. Starting from the top, you may enter in a name, address to be delivered to, a phone number, specific instructions for delivery, and a username and password so that you can log in again in the future. The next screen is what you will see when you click on the shopping cart icon, which is the shopping cart screen. Here you will find all of the items added to the cart. As you can see, there's a large regular pizza awaiting in action. A subtotal of all the items in the cart is also presented. A large regular pizza is $8 before tax. Furthermore, if the customer is satisfied with everything in their cart, they may click on Continue to Payment and be met with the screen shown on the far right. Here, the tax will be calculated and shown the total amount needed to be paid. Customers are given the option to pay with cash, a check, or a credit/debit card. An administrator has access to everything that guests and users with accounts have access to, as well as the option to edit users and edit customers. You can see on the far left of the screen that the administrator screen has the two added options, different from the previous user screen. Everything is mostly kept the same except for the account option, which has been placed below the drinks button. The second screen shows the account screen, which is nearly identical to the account screen of the user. The third screen shows the edit user screen. As you can see, there are currently two users in the system, guest and admin. Just above that shows the current default password, which can be changed by the administrator at any time. There is also the ability to delete a user as well as adding a new user. This can be useful if a customer cannot find their information but has been logged in before. You can delete them and then re-add them so that their member status is still valid. The fourth and final screen is the Edit Customer screen. This is similar to the user screen, the only difference being that it shows all previous customers, meaning users that have placed an order with the pizzeria before. This will be explained in further detail during the click-through of our program. The system requirements are very basic. Our software was created with Windows Forms, which is a simplistic UI framework for building Windows desktop applications. When running our program, you will want to use a system that runs Windows. Many standard restaurant POS or point-of-sale systems run Windows, so there shouldn't be any problems in running our software. These systems also coincide well with the software we have developed for the restaurant. So if you choose to add an iPad or another mobile device for more freeing order taking, our software has the ability to be modified so that those needs can be met. As for the specifications, it is recommended that the system you are running the software on has at least 64 megabytes of video memory. Video cards are usually expensive, but this is extremely affordable and should cut down on some costs if future machines come into the picture. We recommend a broadband connection of at least 500 kilobits per second. A great internet connection makes for an even greater transaction speed and software performance. This will have your customers waiting for their order to be taken in less time, as well as the cooks receiving the orders quicker. We have placed great importance on our software's performance so that this reduces the amount of waiting time between each customer as much as possible. If orders begin to stack up and your team gets overwhelmed, there is an option to slow down the ordering process if you so choose. Additionally, we recommend that the system be at least Windows 2000 or later, the processor be an x86 or an x64, and 512 megabytes of RAM is the minimum, but it is recommended to have at least a gigabyte for optimal performance. That concludes the slide presentation for the Mom and Pop's Pizzeria software. If you have any further questions or concerns, feel free to contact us at 555-444-7777. Email us at mnpsoftware@gmail.com or momandpopsgeneralsupport@gmail.com. You will now see the walkthrough of the application in real time by a member of our installation tech support team. Thank you.
This is a demonstration of a potential user's experience using our application for Mom and Pop's Pizzeria. There are two fields asking for a username and a password. I do not have an account currently, so I will log in as a guest with this button. The first buttons I see are a cart button, a profile button, a pizza button, a sides button, and a drink button that will be used to select food items. So first, I want to create an account, so I go to the account button. I see there are many fields for me to enter my information. So I'll go ahead and enter some of my information. Here I'll be creating my username and password that I'll be logging in to the application with. So now I have my very own account. So now I will sign out of the guest account, and I will enter the username and password that I just created. And now I'm logged into my own account. So now I'm ready to start my order. So first, I want a pizza with thin crust, large, with cheese, pepperoni, and sausage. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of that and add it to the cart. Here in the cart menu, you can see my large thin pizza right here. So that worked. That's good. Now I'll move on to the sides. I want some breadsticks and a chocolate chip cookie. So I'll select both of those and add them to the cart as well. If you go back to the cart, you can see the breadsticks and the chocolate chip cookie. Now I need a drink, so I'll go to the drink menu, select Pepsi, and large for a large Pepsi. I'll add that to the cart. Now when you look at the cart, you can see every single one of my selections right here. I can also choose to remove an item from the cart, so say I don't want the chocolate chip cookie anymore. I'll remove it from the cart and it's no longer there. I can see the subtotal right here. And now I'm ready to continue to payment. So the subtotal is $15 with the tax. It comes out to $15.90. I happen to have cash, so I'm going to select the cash or check option, but I could enter a card number with its expiration date. And then I click place order. And now the order is placed. Hello, welcome to another demonstration video. This time, we will be going over a potential administrator's experience using our application for Mom and Pop's Pizzeria. The default username for an administrator is admin. The default password is pass. Once you log in with these credentials, you will see a new interface with two buttons at the bottom called Edit Users and Edit Customers. We're going to click on Edit Users first, and you can see a list of users. The Andy user that I created in the previous video is listed right here, but I can select any of these users and reset the password or delete the user. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the guest user and click yes, and you can see it has disappeared from the list. Now I can create a new user called guest, add it, and you can see it has reappeared on the list. So now we'll be going to the main menu and clicking on the Edit Customers button. You can see the three users are also listed as customers here. There's a View and Edit Customer button that I will be using to view Andy's information. As you can see here, the username and password reflect what was created on the Andy account, but I can go ahead and change any field that I want to whatever I decide. Now we'll go back to the main menu, and that concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.